Hi everyone. I went to Harbin during mid to late December last year. So when I was planning my trip, I had trouble finding a lot of information online. So I thought I would create a guide to help you all plan your own trip to Harbin and share my itinerary. So these are the topics that I'll be going through today. You can jump to any session you are interested in using the YouTube video chapters. So this is the itinerary overview. So first we will start in Shenyang, a major airport hub where many flights land. So this stop help you adjust to the cold before heading further north in Harbin. So secondly, you can buy a lot of affordable winter clothes, especially in this Firefox clothing wholesale market. And lastly, we can also visit the Shenyang Imperial Palace. So next we'll head to Changbaishan, where we can see a lot of stunning views through the mountain. Also, we can visit place of attractions such as Shenyang and experience eating hot pot in the snow, plus ice fishing. So lastly is Harbin. So some of the key highlights are Snow Town, Harbin Ice and Snow World, Yabuli Ski Resort, Harbin Polar Land, which have the Beluga Show, and lastly Siberian Tiger Park. So this is the detailed itinerary. So for day one, our plan is to relax and explore Shenyang in a chill manner. So we'll arrive at Shenyang Taoxian International Airport. So we can go to your hotel using TT, which is China popular ride-hailing app. So in Shenyang, you can use TT to go to any location. So next, we can spend 3 to 4 hours shopping at Zhongjie Street. So if you want to buy winter clothes, you can go to the Firefox Clothing Wholesale Market. So it's a great place to buy affordable winter clothes. So in the evening, you can go to Caitan Night Market to enjoy more local street food and more shopping. So for day two, we'll be diving into Shenyang cultural heritage. So for the first event of the day, you can visit the Shenyang Imperial Palace. So it costs around 50 RMB and it should roughly take you around 1 or 2 hours to explore the whole place. So additionally, there's a lot of traditional costume rental shop around the palace, so you can go for it if you are interested. So I paid around 198 RMB for 2 packs. So it include costume, hairstyling, and makeup. So there's no need to pre-book the ticket. You can buy it on site. So next, if you want, you can visit the Martian Changbaishan Museum. So basically, it's a museum of a rich guy in the past. So it takes around 1 to 2 hours also, and no need to pre-book the ticket. So lastly, you can also visit the Xiaonan Church, which is nearby the first two attraction. So basically, it's just a spot for you to take picture with a church. Yeah, so that is for day two. Hi everyone. So for the day three, we'll be going to Changbaishan. So you can either take from Shenyang North or Shenyang Railway Station, depending on where your hotel is. But Shenyang North Railway Station is closer to the town area. So it will take around 3 to 4 hours. So the cost depend on what class you take. It costs around 200 plus RMB for a second class seat. So some note if you haven't taken China Railway before, try to arrive at least 30 minutes before departure. So you must use the manual entry gate where the staff will check your passport. Foreigners are not allowed to use the automatic gate. So there are food store and convenience mart inside the station. So you can uh, eat some things in that while you're waiting for the train. So second, after we reach Changbaishan, it should be around afternoon or late evening. We can go to the Reindeer Park and Snowman Army. So in Changbaishan, TT is not very convenient, so I would suggest you to use to book your transportation through your hotel. However, if there's no choice, you can use TT as well, but the wait time is very, very long as it's not very prominent there. Yeah, so for the Reindeer Park and the Snowman Army, it will take around 2 to 3 hours. So it is free, no ticket is required. Yeah, so basically you can see the Snowman Army and feed reindeer, and there's a indoor place for you to hide from the cold. So at night, I recommend to go to the outdoor hot spring to experience having hot spring in the cold. Yeah, so we suggest you to pick a hotel where there's a hot spring. Yeah, so remember to bring your swimsuit. Okay, so before I share our day 4 itinerary, let me share some main differences between the north and the west slope. So both slope you can see Changbaishan. So for the north slope, it's the more developed slope. There are more stuff to do around there. So there's a ride directly up to the mountain. You won't have to walk at all. But for the west slope, you have to take 1,400 steps to reach the Changbaishan Tianchi. Yep, so depending on where you want to go, you might want to stay at different place. Yep, so if you want to go to the north slope like us, you can stay at Bai Hezheng. Yeah, so even though you stay there, you still can go to the west slope. So the journey from the north slope to the west slope takes around 1.5 hours. So you should probably get a chartered car to go from the north to the west slope. So our itinerary for day 4. So before I start, Changbaishan can close unexpectedly due to extreme weather. So it is wise to keep the schedule flexible. So you might need to swap between day 4 and day 5 depending on whether the mountain open. So some tip, please book your ticket in advance and stay sell very quickly. The tickets are released at 6 p.m. or 6:30 China time to book. Use WeChat and access the Changbaishan mini program. I I will share more in the video later on. So to reach the north and west slope, you can either book a car through your hotel or use C-Trip to arrange a round trip car service. So lastly, there's a chance that the mountain may close, like I mentioned before. So please use the red note app to check the weather a few days before you visit. So for day 5, we will have 3 main activities. So first is rafting. It will take you around 1 hour. Be prepared to get wet during this experience. So to reach there, you can either book a car through your hotel or C-Trip. So next is Shenyang. So it's a snowy trail mountain location. So it's very very cold there. So please dress warmly. So to reach there, you can book a car as well. So I would suggest you to book a car for the whole day. Yeah, so you can go to different location. It will take you around 2 to 3 hours to explore the whole location. And lastly is an activity which is called hot pot plus ice fishing and ice sledding. So there are a lot of restaurants that offer these services. You can ask your driver to bring you to any of them. Yeah. So for day 6, we'll be ending our Changbaishan trip and going to Harbin. So depending on where your hotel is, you can book your train to either Harbin North Station or Harbin West Station. So you are simulating around 3 to 4 hours. So once you reach there, similarly, this is a day for you to chill and relax and explore Harbin. So I suggest you to go Zongyang Street where you can buy your souvenir here. So it'll take around 2 to 3 hours. Uh, Lastly, you can go to the cathedral. So it's near Zongyang Street if you want to take photo of it. So for day 3 is our main attraction for Harbin, which is the snow town. So for us, we decided to take a day trip. So it's a bit rush. If you want, you can choose to stay one night there. So how to go there as a day trip? So first, you can take the high-speed rail from Harbin to Yabuli West, and then take a private car to Snowtown. So it will take approximately about 4 to 5 hours. So the cost for us is around 80 RMB for the train and 600 RMB for the round trip private car. So for the Snowtown, you can spend around 2 to 3 hours to explore the whole location. So if you're on a day trip, try to leave around 6 to 7 p.m. You can check with your driver, as it can be dangerous for the driver to drive if it gets too dark. So after the Snowtown, you can similarly take the car back to Yabuli West and the train back to Harbin Station. So the last train is usually around 9 p.m. So you can try to plan around this. So our main itinerary for day will be Yabuli Ski Resort. So if you stay in Yabuli the previous day, you can make your way there. However, if you stay in Harbin, you will have to take the railway station again. So note there's a bus service that runs from Yabuli West Station to Yabuli Ski Resort, so you can take that if you are coming from Harbin. So for day night, we will have 2 main itineraries. So in the morning, we will go to the Siberian Tiger Park and Circus Show. So note you can buy meat to feed the tiger during the bus ride. To get there, you can take either TT or public transport. And lastly, the main attraction of Harbin, which is the ice and snow world. So some note there's no need to book ticket in advance. You can purchase them directly on site. So it's recommended to visit around 2 p.m. to experience both the daytime and nighttime view. So thirdly, there's a mall inside where you can take shelter from the cold. And for the Ferris wheel and ice sliding, the ticket are released every 2 hours. You can only book this ticket when the ticket are released via the QR code inside. It's very hard to book them, so try to be quick. Finally, the last day. So we have two attractions. The first will be the Harbin Ice and Snow Amusement Park. So there are the snow army similarly to the Changbaishan where you can take with the snowman. And also there's a mini attraction we can play different activities such as ice sliding. Yeah. And lastly, the Harbin Polar Lake. This is an aquarium. So there are a lot of activities there. I think some of the key one is the beluga, the dolphin and penguin show. Next, these are the must-have app while you're in China. So the first two payment app are Alipay and WeChat. WeChat is preferred as there are many stores that only accept WeChat and not Alipay, especially in the northern China. So second are the transportation app, which is Alipay, 12306 and Trip.com. So for public transport and for ride hailing, Alipay is sufficient. However, if you want to book high-speed rail, please book through 12306 or Trip.com. Thirdly, food delivery, you can use the Meituan. So let's say you are in Changbaishan. It's very inconvenient to travel around, and if you're hungry at night, you can use Meituan to book to order food to your hotel. Fourth is navigation app. Please use amap.com. As Google Map is not accurate in China, you can either use amap or Apple Map. Fifth is the guide and tour booking. So you can use Ctrip to book for a one-day tour or private charter. Lastly, Google Translate for translation app. So how do you get around each city in northern China? So for Shenyang and Harbin, you can easily get around using TT, which is a ride-hailing app, or you can use public transport. So for Changbaishan, consider using a private hire car either through your hotel or Ctrip instead, as TT is not very reliable in Changbaishan. The wait time are sometimes too long. I waited for more than 1 hour during some occasion. So how do you use Alipay to pay for public transport and ride hailing? So in the bottom left corner, you can see if you click on the transport icon, it will bring you a QR code where you can scan to pay for bus and metro. So for TT, you can see there's a TT travel app which you can click and it will prompt you the TT app where you can use to book ride hailing. So on the right, you can see that's the app interface for 12306 where you can book high speed rail. Download the app. After that, do a verification. So once you are verified, you can book through the app. So you have to choose your location where you want to go, which is the from, and choose the location where you want to go, which is to. So from Harbin to Yabuli, and on what date. You can click search, and you can see on the second picture there's a list of train which you can book and their pricing. So how do you charter vehicle in China? So I use C3 website. As I can speak a bit of Chinese, it's easier for me to use this. However, I'm not sure that whether they will accept people who can't speak Chinese. However, I think if you can use translation app, it should work fine. So let me show you the step. So the first, you can open the C3 website. Please use Chrome on your phone to auto translate the page to English. You can select the day trip button, and after that click on the shampoo button circle in red, and after that you can see the list of the private car option available, so you can choose whichever you want. So each of the charter is operated by a different company. So after you choose whichever location you want, you can negotiate the price with them, and after that you can make the payment directly on C-Trip. So once you make the payment, they'll add you on WeChat, and on that day, 1 or 2 days before, they will text you on WeChat. So on WeChat, there's a translation button. So communication shouldn't be that difficult. Okay, next, so for ticket and reservation. So how do you reserve tickets and book tickets for attraction? So for most of the attraction that I shown, you don't have to book any tickets. You can directly buy on site. However, for Changbaishan Mountain, you will have to book for the tickets. So how do you do it? So you can go to WeChat, which is on the left picture. After that, click on mini program. Then you can search for Changbaishan on the search bar. After that, you can click on it and it will prompt a new mini app, which is the Changbaishan booking page. Please click the three dot button on the top right to translate it to English if you can't read Chinese. And after that, you can book through this app. Okay, so lastly, what to wear. So as someone who the lowest temperature I experience is 0 degree, so this is what I suggest you to wear. So for the top, you can wear a heat tech, a padded gilet, and winter coat. I think this is good enough. However, if you're very scared of cold, you can add another layer. So for the bottom, heat tech plus fleece pant is good for me. Thirdly, for feet, please wear more socks as the feet and the hand are the coldest part in winter. So two pair of socks plus any winter boots. So for some accessories, please get glove, beanie, and mask. So note if you don't have any of these items, I suggest you can buy all this in Shenyang for less than 60 USD, which is the Firefox underground map that I recommend earlier. Okay, yeah, so thank you. So this is the guide